A program completely English-like words. So it is called as a Python is a high-level programming language. Now there is a small introduction. The Python was developed by. It is available in the different versions. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum. Guido van Rossum in 1989. In 1989 year, Python was developed in the year 1989, and it is available in the different versions. It is available in different versions. That means the different features, different versions. And the Python 1.0 version, Python version 1.0 was released in the year of 1991. Actually, Python was developed in the year of 1989. 89 basically, starting it was developed in 89, but the version was released in the first version in 1991. After 2 years, the version was released. After testing some modifications, and all these things are done within the 2 years. And the Python version 2.0 was released in the 2000 year. And the major version, the very popular version, the Python version 3.0. A lot of difference between the version 2.0 and 3.0. Major differences. Okay, was released in 2008. This is the small introduction for the versions of the Python. Again, in between the 1.0, in between the 2.0, there are the different sub-releases are also available. So sub-releases means 1.1 and 1.2 sub-releases. These are the sub-releases. 1.2 and 1.3, 1.4, and so on. 1.9. These are the major sub-releases. Okay. Again, after 1.9, the Python 2.0 were also released. Python 2.0 also released. Again, the 2.1 sub-releases, 2.2, 2.3, and the 2.4, and the 2.5, and so on. 2.9. These all are the sub-releases. Again, similarly, 3.0 also same. The 3.1. It is called as the 3.0 or 3.0. In India, it is called 2.0. In the foreign countries, it is called 3.0, 3.0, 2.0, 1.0, or 3.0, 2.0, or 1.0. Again, the 3.2. Again, the 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, and the current latest version is 3.8 is the latest version. In this, the latest, again, the subversion is version 3.8.4 is the latest and the current version. Current version is 3.8.4. 8. Not the 3, 3.8.4, the latest and current version. Current version is 3.8.4. These are the different versions in Python. So what is the difference between other programming language and Python programming language? What is the major difference between other programming language and Python programming? These are called as the features or the differences. The first feature is simple and easy to learn. This is the first feature, Andy. Okay. And the second feature is very important, is the less code. That is the second feature. A very important feature is the less code. When comparatively C language, C++, Java, the Python programming language, we are using the Python programming code is very less. For example, if you are writing a simple program in Python, in Java, 15 lines of code, the same program written only in Python, only the 5 lines of only. In the Java code, 15 lines, the Python is the 5 lines. For example, the COBOL language or Pascal or Go language or Move language or Swift language, you are writing a code in 20 lines, the same code written in the Python only for 5 or 6 lines, maximum 6 lines. So when comparatively other programming languages, the code is a less code. So here we are writing the code in only for Java or in other programming language 20 lines, the same program written in the C language and same program written in Python only for a few lines. Okay, what are the different advantages of the less code? First advantage of the less code, to save the time. That is the first advantage. The advantage of the less code, to save the time. And the second advantage of the time is to save the memory also. In computer's point of view, as for the computer science student, to save the computer's memory is very important. And to save the automatically money also save. These are the different advantages of the less code. The logic is behind the logic is very important. The code is a less code purpose, save the time, memory, and money. All these are the few advantages of the okay, using less code. And another very important, as per our data structures concept, the third one is very important, is the Python is a dynamic typed programming language. Dynamic typed programming language. It is very important. Python is very important. Sir, what is dynamic typed, sir? There are the two types. There are the two types of programming language. There are the two types of programming language. There are the two types of programming language. One is a static type. One is a static type. Another one is a dynamic type. Dynamic type. Two types: static type and dynamic type. The best examples for static type: C language, C++, Java, Pascal, COBOL, Fortran. All these are the static type programming language. The best examples of dynamic type programming language are Python and R programming language and basic programming language. Visual Basic programming language. These all are called as a dynamic type of programming language. Sir, what is the difference between these two, sir? Static type and dynamic type. Static type means before using, variables must be declared. The variables must be declared. The variables must be declared. That is a static type. Here the variables must be declared. This concept is called as a static type. In Python or in R language, no need of variable declaration. No need of variable declaration. That is the variable declaration. A variable declaration. That is in Python. Okay, in Python language, no need of variable declaration. That means no need of you have to specify the data type. Cannot specify the data type. Static type programming language means the variables must be declared. In C language, each and every variable must be declared. In C++, Java, Pascal, COBOL, Fortran. And in Python, no need of variable declaration. Sir, what is variable, sir? How it is declared? Okay, in C language, another programming language. And what is variable? For example, if you want to find the area of a rectangle, simple program area of a rectangle. Find the area equal to length into breadth. Find the length into breadth is a formula. Or to find the area of a circle, another formula. Area of a circle, area equal to pi r square. Here the pi r square is the value of the pi r square value. Now, for example, we want to program other program addition of two numbers. Okay, now C equal to A plus B. One number is A, another number is a B. Add these two numbers and the result is assigned to A. Here these three numbers A, B, C are called as a variables. A, B, C called as a variables. The variables data type is very important. Okay, variables data type is a very important. Now so here A, B, C are the variables. Here the pi is a variable, area is a variable, length is a variable, breadth is a variable, and area is a variable. All these are the variables. Sir, in Python programming language, no need of variable declarations. In Python programming language, no need of variable declaration. For example, in simple example, if we are writing a program in other programming language, the variables must be declared. Integer A, B, C. These variables has integer type. For example, float m, n. That means m and n are the float variables. M and n are called as a float variables. A, B, C are called as integer variables. In Python, this part is called as a variable declaration. This part is called as a variable declaration part. In Python, these statements are not required. In Python, these statements are not required. Variable declarations are not required in Python. Why? Because the data is automatically allocated at runtime only. At runtime directly. No need of variable declaration. For example, addition of the two numbers program in C language, in Java class sample, okay, in begin, okay, public static void main. So this is a program, a simple program. Okay, for example, string args. Okay, this is the program. And the beginning of the string, integer A, B, C. These are the variables. A equal to 10, one statement, and the B equal to 20 is one statement. C equal to A plus B, and the print the value of the system.out.println. System.out.println of C. The simple program in Java. Okay, the program in almost more than 12 lines. Here we are using the one statement import scanners, right? We can write the same program in Python very easily. Write the same program in Python is very easy. In Python, no need of the scanner statement, no need of the class, no need of begin program, no need of end program. These are the not required. These are the not required. No need of variable declarations. In Java, we can declare the variables, either integer type or float type or something. In Python, no need of variable declarations. Directly, no semicolons. In C language, every statement ends with semicolon. In C language, every statement ends with semicolon. This is code for Python. This is a code for Python. We can write the same program in Java, 12 lines of code almost. Same program but in the Python only for 4 lines. This is the advantage of the Python. Clear, guys? This is the advantage of the Python. Sir, what is this, sir? This is called as a variable declaration. Once we have to declare a variable as integer type, it is always stores only integer value. It is always stores only integer. A is a variable, it is always stores only integer value. B is a variable, always stores integer. C is a always stores only integer. But here, cannot declaring as an integer. In one line, it is stored as an integer. Another line, it is stored as a float value. It is possible in Python. That is possible only for Python. I will show you. Right. For example, a equal to 9. Here, what is a? A equal to 9. A is a variable. This variable stores as a, now the print of a and the type of a. Here the data type of a is integer type. Here the data type of a is integer type. Data type is very important concept in data structures. That's why I'm explaining you first of all. Okay, the a equal to value 9. Print of a means print the value of a. Print the value of a, and the type of a means the data type of the a. The data type of a. A is an integer type. For example, a equal to, for example, 4.5. And what is the print of a? And the print of the type of a. That means the data type of a is float type. The data type of a is float type. That's very important in Python. The data type of a is float type. Here a is the integer type. A is stored. A is one area. In one particular area, a is a integer data. One area, a is a float value. For example, another area, for example, a equal to, for example, Python, okay, data structures using Python. For example, okay, now here type of a is a string type. A has not only one type and in one area a is integer. After a few statements, a is a float variable. After a few statements, a is a string data type. A is a string type. These are the different types of variables in Python. This is the one data. Here, what is 9? What is 4.5? What is DS using? This is a data. This is a data. In Python, how to store the data in Python? That is a data structure. That concept is called as a data structure. So, data structures using Python. Data structures using Python programming language. Already you know data structures in C language, data structures in C++, data structures in Java. But in this concept is data structures using Python programming language. Sir, in what is data structure, sir? First of all, first question is what is data structure? Data structure, that is very important. What is data structure? Okay, data structure means a collection of values. Okay, to store the values in particular manner, to store the values in particular format. That means in computer science, please wait 1 minute. I'll show you the definition also. What is data structure? Okay, in computer science, a data structure is a data organization or the management and storage format or the storage manner. Okay, in computer science, a data structure is a data organization. That is very important. Data organization and data management and storage format. That is very important. In computer science, what is data structure? It means to store the data, storage format, and collection of data organization and the management. In other definition, a data structure is a collection of data values. Another definition, a data structure Data structure is a collection of data. Collection of data. So what is data? Data means values. A collection of data, values. Collection of data, values. And that is the point of the data structure. In how to store the data? The data is stored in the different formats. In the data is stored in the different formats in computer science. For example, here we are storing the one format. For example, a equal to 25. It is also one data. It is also one data to store the value of 25. A equal to, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 78, 90. So it is also data to store the value. It is also one type of data structure. It is also one type of data. So now a data structure basically divided into two categories. A data structure basically divided into two categories. Two categories. One is called as a primitive data type. Primitive data type. Primitive data type. And the other one is called as a non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types. That means the data types are divided into two types. Non-primitive data types. Primitive type and non-primitive type. So what is primitive type, sir? What primitive type means? That is the basic data type. That is the basic data type. The primitive type means basic data types. And the non-primitive means user-defined data types. And the non-primitive data type means user-defined data types. So these are the two categories are divided into the two categories. Primitive data structures, and non-primitive data structures. Primitive and non-primitive. Primitive data structures. Okay, primitive data structures and non-primitive data structures. So the primitive data structures in Python, these are the divided into different ways. And the primitive data structures are the one is a integer, one is a float, another one is a string, another one is a complex type and Boolean type. These are the primitive data structures in Python. These are the primitive data structures in Python. Primitive data structures means divided into integer type. It stores the only integer values. It stores 4 digits with the decimal point, and a string value. String means a collection of alphabets, digits, and special symbols enclose a single quotes or double quotes. Here the complex numbers that represents a complex value. Complex value number means complex data type represents the complex number, that is a plus bj format. And the Boolean data type, it represents the true value or false value. I will show you one by one. Again, the non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures are again divided into different categories. And the non-primitive data structures are divided into the different categories. Okay. Again, these are the divided into basically divided type and linear data structure and non-linear data structure. And the linear format and non-linear format. Now, these are the divided into linear data structures. These are divided into linear data structure, and non-linear data structure, non-linear data structures, Okay, now these are called as a two types, linear and non-linear data structures. Okay, again the linear data structures are divided into different types. Okay, one is a static type and another one is a dynamic type. I'll show you one by one. Now here, non-primitive data structures, non-primitive data structures are divided into two categories. Okay, one is a linear data structure. Okay, so now what is linear data structure? I will explain one by one. And the other one is a non-linear data structure. It is called as a non-linear data structures. These are the two. And one type is one is a trees, another one is a graphs. One is a trees, another one graphs. Trees concept and graphs concept. These are the two data structures, trees and graphs. Here again, the non-linear data structure are basically again divided into two categories. These are the divided into again the two categories. One is a static type, another one is a dynamic type. Static type and dynamic type. Here the static type. One type is a static type, static data structures, and another one is a Dynamic data structures. Dynamic data structures. Dynamic data structure. Static data structure is the data size is fixed. That is only in arrays. That is only for arrays. The static data structures concept is only for arrays. Only one data structure. That is a arrays concept. And the dynamic data structures are again divided into different categories. Different categories in Python. Okay. Dynamic data structures are divided into different categories in Python. Again, these are the dynamic data structures. Here the size is not fixed. These are list data structure. List data structure. Again, the tuple data structure. Tuple data structure. Again, okay, set data structure. And one more is a dictionary data structure. Dictionary data structures. These are the 4 data structures are dynamic type. Dynamic type. Dynamic type. List, tuples, sets, dictionary. Again, the list data structure divided into different parts, different types. Okay, one is a list data structure divided into as a stacks. List data structure divided into stacks. Okay, and the list data structure divided into queues, and is also divided into, okay. Now these are the linked list. This is called as a linked list. Here the data is stored in at runtime. Runtime the sizes cannot fix. And what is the difference between static data structure and dynamic data structure? Here the size is fixed. Here the size cannot be fixed to store more number of values. To store the data, more number of values. What is data structure? The basic definition is in computer science, a data structure is a data organization or the management or storage format. These are the storage formats. We can store the formats in different formats. We can store as an integer format, primitive type, to store the data, and a float type, string type, complex type, and boolean type, or the non-primitive type. Again, there are the 2 types: linear structure and non-linear. Linear means continuously memory location. Again, the linear structures are divided into 2 types. Again, the linear data structures are divided into 2 types. These linear data structures are 2 types. One is a static type and dynamic type. Static means fixed size. Size is fixed. Fixed size. Here, the size is dynamic. So you can store the more number of values. We can store more number of values at runtime. Okay, array is the best example. To store the values are only for fixed size. Cannot store after size before. Okay, now here the dynamic data structures are Python. These are the very interesting and special data structures in Python. Okay, one is a list, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. These all are called as a dynamic data structures. List, tuples, sets, and dictionary. As a list is to store the organization and data different way. One concept is called as a stacks. So what is stacks? Data is entered and deleted only one end. The end is called as the top of the stack. Here data is assigned, insertion is one end, the deletion is another end. That is called as a queue. And the linked list, it stores the address of the next node. I'll show you one by one. Please wait for 10 more or 10 minutes. Okay. So now these are the different data structures. By end of the data structures course, I will explain different data structures and linear and non-linear data structure, arrays concept, a list, tuples, sets, dictionaries, queues, stacks, queues, linked list. Again, there are the different linked lists are available. One is a single linked list, and double linked list, and circular linked list. Okay, these are the. And in non-linear data structure, again, these are divided into, and here also 2 categories. One is a simple trees or ordinary trees, simple trees. Okay, and another one is a binary tree. These are the 2. Okay, in data structures concept, other 2 concepts are very important. One concept is a sorting techniques. That is the storage purpose. Sorting to start the data. Okay. Management, data organization. These two are very important. Storage formats, data organization, and management. These two are elements important. That is a sorting technique. There are the different sorting techniques are available. One is the bubble sort. Okay, bubble sort, selection sort, merge sort. Okay, merge sort, insertion sort. Okay, quick sort, and heap sort. These are the different sorting techniques. And again, the searching techniques are also available in the data structure. Searching techniques. These are the different searching techniques. One is a linear searching. Searching means the element is present or not. The element is present or not. Another one is a binary search. These are the two types of techniques are available. One is a linear and binary. Linear means to search the element orderly one by one, and binary means to search the elements in first of all of this list. Okay, to find the searching element. This is one type of special type of technique that is called as a searching technique. So now, what is integer? Okay, I'll show you. What is integer? What is float? What is string? What is complex boolean? Again, what is list? What is tuple? What is set? What is dictionary? What is tag, queue, and linked list? I'll show you one by one. For example, it is an integer part. Here it is an integer. A equal to 10. The type of A is stored based on the value, the A as an integer. B equal to, for example, 3.5. The type of B, storage format. You have to store the value only for the B. B value is float type. For example, C equal to Python. Now the C is stored as C equal to Python equal to symbol. Now the type of C as a string type. Here it is called as a three different types techniques. Okay, integer technique, float technique, string technique. Integer means only digits, without any decimal point value. Here digits with a decimal point. The float means digits with a decimal point, value. The decimal point value, it is called as a float type. Here a string means characters, alphabets, numbers, digits, and special symbols, everything enclosed by the single quotes, or double quotes, or triple single quotes. In Python, it is also possible. Triple single quotes or triple double quotes. The strings are enclosed in four ways. One way is a single quotes, enclosed by the single quotes. Other way is the double quotes. Other way is the triple single quotes. Other way is the triple double quotes. Here the strings only it encloses the single quote, double quote, triple single quote, triple double quotes. These are the different values. Okay, complex data type, complex data structure. It stores the complex numbers. What is the format of the complex number? A plus IB. This is the format of the complex number. Complex number format is A plus IB. The complex number format is A plus IB. Okay, A plus IB means A is a real part. A is real part. B is imaginary part. But in Python, A plus IB means A plus BJ. It is a complex number. The complex number format is a special format, A plus BJ format. A plus BJ, A is a real part and B is an imaginary part. This is a complex number data structure. So for the Python shell prompt, okay, for example, x equal to 9 plus 5j. It is a complex number. Print of x, complex number format. Print of and the type of x. What is the type of x? Type of x is a complex type. The type of x is complex type. Okay, the type of x is a complex type. Now here in this part you print only real part, x dot real. Only for real part is 9.0. We want to print the x dot imaginary, IMAG, imaginary. The imaginary value is 5.01. The imaginary value only. Here the complex data type, complex data structure. This is called as a complex data structure. For example, if you want to store the Boolean value, y equal to true. Boolean means either true or false. Y equal to true. For example, type of y is called as a Boolean type. The type of Y is called as a Boolean type. For example, Z equal to false. Type of Z is called as a Boolean type. The type of Z is called as a Boolean type. Based on the value, the data type will be declared. This is the based on the value here. This is a complex type. Here it is a Boolean type. Clear, guys, up to here? Okay, these are the basic data types: integer, float, basic data structures, str, complex, okay, complex, and Boolean. These all are the basic data structures in Python. Okay, primitive data structures. These are called as a built-in data structures, or the basic type, or the primitive data structures. Clear up to here? Any doubt? Anyone? Any doubt? Any? Bhargav, Varish, up to here. Int, float, string, complex, Boolean. These five are called as a built-in data structures or primitive data structures. These five are called as a primitive data structures. And go for the non-primitive data structures. And non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures. Non-primitive data structures are divided into two categories. One is a okay, static type. Another one is a dynamic type. Static type. Static data structures. Static type. That means another one is a dynamic type. Dynamic data structure. Dynamic data structures. Here, static type array is the best example. Size is fixed. Array is best example. Here, one is the array is the best example for static type. Here, two disadvantages for array. One is size is fixed, and another one is to store only same data type. To store only same data type. That is the disadvantage of the arrays. Store the only same data type. Store more than one value, but the same data type. That is the major disadvantage in arrays concept. In C or C++ or Java, in Python also, the arrays concept is a different concept. For example, here to store the arrays value from for example, import the module from array module, import star. Okay. For example, A equal to declare the array dot, okay, array of I comma the integer type 11, 22, 33, and 44. This is the array. For print the value of A, print of A, here the print the type of A. So what is the data type of the A? Here one minute. So all these are enclosed in the comment section. Now run this program. So here, this is a linear data structure. The linear data structure, the size is fixed in the arrays concept. And in the Python, array data structures are one separate module available. The module is called as an array. Array of I means integer type. I means integer type. These are the elements, integer elements. These are the integer elements. Now run this program. The type of array. This is called as a I is not defined. It's very one minute. That is I. Okay. Now here the data type of the array is, please observe this point. That is very important. Here this is the array. Print of A means array. These are the class is the array dot array type. Up to here, the data type of the class is either integer type or float type or string type or complex type or Boolean type. Up to here you are seeing. Right? Now this is the array type. Array type means we are storing all the elements are same type. We cannot store the different data type. We can store the same data type, same value. What is array and A? Array is a variable. What is array? Array is a variable. Array is a variable. Okay, which is used to store more than one value. Store more than one value. Store more than one value of same data type. We cannot store the different data type. Here it is array. Store the same data type. Sir, I want to print the array elements using any value for I in A colon. Now the print of A. Print the array elements one after the other. Print the array elements in one after the other. Print the array elements in one after another. This is called as the array module in Python. So it is array declaration. The data type is array type. Individually, all these are integer 11, 22, 33, and 44. I will explain one by one. Okay, in later or now. Okay, clear? This is called a declaration, printing the array element all the elements must be same type. For example, okay, now run this program. All the elements are same type without any errors. The answer is okay. For example, here you want to store, okay, one for 2.9, one element for integer type, one for float type, one for string type. Is possible or not possible in arrays? Is possible or not possible in arrays? Now run this program. The previous program is correct, but the present displays a error message. Error message. Why? Because in array, the type error, integer argument expected, you got the float argument. Okay, you have to use the float. Now here, this is the float argument. Now the argument is wrong. Now the array is a variable. All the elements must be same type. All the elements must be same type. It is possible in list. Python, it is also possible in a list. Another important data structure in Python, it is called as a list data structure. Okay, what is this data structure, sir? Here the size is not fixed. First point, size is not fixed. It is a dynamic type. It is a dynamic type. The size can be varying as you like, no problem. To store in arrays, to store the homogeneous type. In list, to store the heterogeneous type elements. Heterogeneous elements. Not only all the elements are same type, all the elements are different types. You can store all the elements are different types. I will show you one minute. It is as a list data structure. Now, for example, it is a list data structure. It is not a array. It is not an array. Here we are using the array example. Okay, no need of declarations. Directly you can use all the elements are enclosed by the parenthesis, square bracket. What is a list? List is a collection of values. So one is 11, 22, 33, and 44. These are the collection of values. So run this program. So please wait 1 minute and here execute the previous program also. Okay, now this is the latest program. What is list? List data structure. Here the size is not fixed and it is a dynamic type to store the heterogeneous element. A value 11, 22, 33, and 44. Print the value of A and the type of A. Here the data type is list type. Here the data structure is the list data structure to store the different values. To store the different values and perform the operation, different operations, append, insert, remove, pop, clear, sorting. All these methods are available. All different methods are available in list. Again, there are the different methods are available. It is a data structure to perform the manipulations and the storage operations. Here it is a data structure, data organization and management and storage format. That is the data organization. Okay. Organization is a homogeneous, heterogeneous type to store the values of different types. Different. Now here store the value. It is a list data structure. The 11 value, 22 and 33 and 44 are the elements are assigned the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 continuously memory locations. Okay, now these are the index numbers -1, -2, -3, and -4. Only one programming language, that is Python, supports the positive and negative index numbers. No other programming language. Other programming language supports only positive. The Python programming language supports the positive and negative, positive and negative index numbers. And slicing also possible in Python as the way of data organization. As the way of the data organization. Now it is a list. For example, if you want to store the same type, here the list data structure is mutable. Mutable means to change its value. Here it is a list and here it is a list. For example, is a list print the value of the A. Okay, the data type is, for example, A of 1 value is changing to 99, and after changing print the value of A. Actually, this is the value of A of 0. Okay, clear guys? The value of A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3. A of 1 value is 22, but now to change the new value is 99. Now run this program. This is possible only in Python and lists only. Okay, to change its configurations, to change its value by using the index number. The two value, A of 1 value is the 0 index number, 1 index number, 2 index number, 3. A of 1 index number value is 22, Now it's changing the value to 99. The mutable concept is allowed in Python list. Python list. That is the one more data structure is allowed. That is called as a tuple data structure. That is called as a tuple data structure. Tuple data structure. Okay. Tuple data structure. Sir, what is the tuple data structure, sir? Here the tuple data structure. It also is not a dynamic type. Okay. Store the heterogeneous elements, that is immutable. Immutable. The standard type is the immutable. The tuple data structure is immutable. Now the tuple data structure list is mutable. The tuple is immutable. That means once we create a tuple, it cannot be creating its value. We cannot create its. We cannot modify its value. That is a tuple data structure. In the list data structure, we can modify the values. We can modify the values. Okay, in the tuple data structure, it is a tuple or a tuple. Both are same, no problem. Okay. Now this data structure is a list type. Square brackets are enclosed. It is a list type. If you are enclosing these values in the parentheses, it is called as a tuple. It is called as a tuple. The tuple data structure. These are the tuple data structures. Clear, guys? Tuple data structure. Okay. Clear? For example, these elements are enclosed in curly braces. These elements are enclosed in the curly braces. It is called as a set data structure. These elements are enclosed in the curly braces. These are called as a set data structure. Set means to perform the different operations. Okay. If you want to perform these operations using keys and values, that is a one more data type that is called as a dictionary data structure. There are the different data structures. Very good. Okay. Goswami. Clear. Different data structures. Okay. These all are called as a non-linear data structures, as a dynamic data types, list, tuple, sets, and dictionaries. Clear, guys? I hope you everyone understand these concepts. Okay. Right. Clear. Clear, guys? Are clear? So one more advantage for the Python. So there are the different data types that are organization. Data organization, different organization. The organization is data, a way of storage purpose. Okay, these are the difference. Okay, in linked list concepts and stacks, queues, all these are the okay list cons. Using list implement the stacks. Using list implement the queue operation. Using list implementing the linked list, single linked list, W and circular linked list. And now here the trees are also same. But the graphs means, sir, what is graphs? Sir? We can show the values by using the graphical way, in different graphical ways. One is a bar charts, and the pie charts, any other number of ways. And there are the different ways, number of ways. Pie chart or bar charts and XY charts. These are the graphical way. That's the graphical data structure. To show the data in the graphical way by using the different modules are available in Python. One is a matplotlib, is also one module. The matplotlib is also module. This module to show the values in the data in a different way. For example, the present problem is corona. For example, this is a corona. We want to show the data in corona cases, show in the graphical way. Graphical way means, for example, assume that two columns. One column is the, for example, month. Okay. One column, for example, the number of cases. Okay. I'll show you the data as a graphical way. Number of month and the number of cases. Assume that, for example, assume a simple example. For example, in India, corona cases starts from March. Okay, March. Assume that the number of cases are only for 10 or 5 or below 100. In the April, number of cases are almost 500 cases. In May, the number of cases are, for example, only assume that only. Okay, the number of cases are 1 lakh cases. Okay, June, the number of cases are 3 lakh cases. Now, the July, the number of cases are 7,50,000. For example, assume that these are the cases. Okay, in August, using the diagram only for August, assume that, for example, the number of cases are only for 300 cases. Assume that only. It's possible to show this data, show this data as a graphical way. Is it possible? Easy way in Python. and compare other programming language, you are using one module that is called as a matplotlib module. Matplotlib module. Okay, the number of cases, and this is the one for, these are the two types, two categories. This is for x-axis. You can take, this is called as x-axis, and this is called as y-axis. Y-axis, you can draw the bar charts or pie chart. Is it possible in easy way? Is it possible in bar chart or Python? For example, this is one program for, this is a simple program for draw the charts in different way. This is called as a, these are called as a graphs in Python. Wait only 1 minute. All these are enclosed in a single quotes. Okay. Comment box. Now here, so the values are the number of cases. For example, these are the values, the number of cases. This is called a month name. Month name. The month names are, for example, March, April, May, June, July, August. And it's possible September also, no problem. Okay. Okay. You take the September also, number of cases. Okay. These are the months as x-axis. Okay. Now x-axis as months. You can take the x-axis as months. And y-axis as a number of cases. Number of cases. The title is the corona cases. Corona something result, something. Okay, now here the number of cases as heights. In first month March 10. Here the next month 24. May 36. Assume that only. June. Okay, July. And August for only for 20 cases. Only for 20 cases. Draw the diagram as a graphical way. This is called as a graphs in Python. Okay. Graphical way. Run this program. Wait for 1 minute. The matplotlib is a big module to store the values for in font sizes, colors, and all these are. Okay. If this module is not available in your system, please install the module. Install the matplotlib module by using pip command. By using pip command. By using pip command. Pip install matplotlib. Please wait, guys. Okay. This is for on graphical way manner. Clear, guys? These are called as a charts to show the data in by using the graphics way, graphical method, graph method. So these are the number of cases in x-axis, number of cases in x-axis, March, April, May, June, July, August, and September, and so on. So these are the number of cases in first 10, next almost 20, 25, 26, and the 35 or 36, and the next number of cases are 50. In this month 50 or 50 lakhs or 50,000. Okay, and in August again the decreasing up to July increasing, and next month onwards decreasing the cases. So this is the graphical way for data structures. Clear? That means to show the data, to organize the data, to storage the data is called as a data structures in Python. Supports the different ways, either linear structure, primitive way, or non-primitive way. Primitive types or non-primitive types, and linear data structure or non-linear data structures. Okay, guys. I hope you understand to everyone this concept. This is helpful for you. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Any doubt to this? Any doubt? The Monday onward starts a new batch. If you are interested, please join. Monday onward starts a new batch. Data structures using Python programming language. Okay, starting basics onwards, I will explain. End of the course, completely graphs also. Stacks, queues, linked list, trees, graphs, sorting techniques, and searching techniques. Okay, if anyone interested, please join the course. Thank you, guys. Any doubt about Python? Any doubt? No problem. Okay, please ask. Okay. Bye, Andy. Thank you. See you very much. Bye. Thank you very much for participating in this small workshop. Thank you. Bye, Andy. Okay, guys. Bhargav, Harish Kumar, Shyam Kanareddy, Goswami. Bye, Andy. See you. Okay, Bhargav, any doubt? Hi, Bhargav.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
yes. I have put my doubt in the chat. So will you be showing us any problems that are solved using these data structures also, like with stack, we can solve some problems like that, right? For interviews.
No problem. Okay.
Will you be covering?
Yes. Please. Sorry. You'll be covering?
any problems that we can solve using these data structures. Like we can solve some problems using stacks, we can solve some problems using linked list, like that, right? Will you be showing us any examples of those?
Okay. Yes. But the present is not available. If you want to any problem, okay, I'll show you, no problem. Okay.
The interview problems here. In interviews, they ask some questions.
Okay. No problem. Interview, I will support the interview questions also. No problem. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, please wait. I will provide end of the course videos also, video recording also, and the material also, and video and the interview questions also. No doubt. Interview questions about the Python,
Okay.
about the data structures, and complete Python. Okay, we'll provide the interview questions also. No problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And every day we are providing every day notes. Same notes sent to your mail or WhatsApp. Okay. In the end of the class, we provide the notes also. Right, guys? Okay, thank you. Any other? Anyone on? Okay, guys, thank you very much. See you. Bye. Okay, bye.